Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new live stream, and welcome to a very wet and rainy Moscow. Today, of course, is Saturday. It's currently 11 minutes past 1. Sorry for changing the time by a few minutes. I was actually ready, but I just needed to prepare a couple of things that I'd forgotten. Welcome, everybody. Maybe just let me know in the chat how is the sound and how is the picture quality. Now, if you may be switching on a live stream for the first time, there is a cog in the bottom corner of maybe your television or your phone where you can change the settings, particularly the playback quality. Now, I just realized I've got my fan on. So let me just switch that off so that the sound may sound better. I have a small desk fan running facing my laptop just to cool it down from time to time because it gets very warm. So, yeah. Also, let me know where you're from in the world. Maybe just put the name of the place, town, city, whatever you wish. And we'll give a little bit of a shout out. Just a few things about the live streams that I do. If you've not watched one before, they tend to go for either 1 hour or 2 hours. So you're more than welcome to stay for the whole duration, or you're welcome just to watch 2 minutes and leave. And yeah, I tend to follow along with the chat. I tend to like to read as many things from the chat as possible. It's obviously a little bit difficult when the chat goes quicker than I can read back. But that's not a problem. If you're okay with a little bit of a delay on me reading the chat versus you chatting, no worries at all. Just a few things that a lot of people always ask me is about if you want to help the channel or donate to the channel. There's a few different ways. Pretty much if you're in anywhere in the world, let's say not Russia, because Russia doesn't have the option to do what's called a super chat or a super thanks or a super sticker. If you're using YouTube outside of Russia, and pretty much all countries, or barring a few, have the option to do what's called a super chat, which is a live donation to the channel. And you can put a comment or a post or say something, and I'll do my best to read them out instantly. They do actually highlight on the screen. So yeah, if you want to do a super chat, super thanks, super sticker, an actual super thanks is a donation that you can do to a individual video on the channel. A lot of people tend to do that on videos that they're watching at random times of the day, not necessarily during a live stream. So yeah, that obviously goes into the overall channel revenue through AdSense, which is the payment that YouTube uses for ad revenue from people watching videos. Hope that's nice and explanatory. Yeah, there is a couple of options to do other types of donations. There is a couple of options in the pinned comments. If you're anywhere in the whole world, you could use what's called donation alerts. It also works good if you're inside Russia or if in other countries. There is payment amounts or options. I'm not sure. I don't think there's even a minimum. I think it could be even a couple of cents or dollars, I guess, or rubles, or I'm not sure, whatever Icelandic currency is. I do actually have a text box on the side of the screen, which won't come up on the screen physically, but I guess what's going on with my arrows? So yeah, I've got a second monitor over here where I can see that come up straight away. It actually tells me that the last donation that was done to donation alerts was 20 days ago. It actually wasn't during a live stream. The last live stream we did, I believe, was 26, or actually it was 33 days ago was the last live stream. Wow, a month ago. I've not done a live stream. If you want to see more, let me know. Yeah, so 33 days ago, there was a series of people who did donation alerts. You can also put a comment there, and it literally pops up. You can also not put something and just do a donation. I'm sorry to talk about this because people ask me all the time, even in the Traveling with Russell Telegram channel, someone's asked me how I can help the channel. The last two donation alerts were actually outside of live streams. One had somebody's name, they didn't post a comment, and someone sent a donation alert 20 days ago with the word anonymous and an amount of money. Now, with donation alerts and those sort of things, I don't read out how much money was given. If you want me to, I can. That's up to you. I tend to just leave that as it is and accept it however people have done it. But again, I'll read out the comment as quickly as that comes up on a donation alert. I'm not one just to only read donation comments, because I like to follow along with the chat. And of course, if you're donating to the channel, it's basically going back into making more videos. It's going back into the cost of making a video, like just travel and transportation, mostly for paying for my lunch if I go somewhere and out for the whole day. Also new equipment, so things like my camera, my accessories, the few things that I bought in Australia back in March that I brought back with me that I weren't able to get here in Moscow. So yeah, if anyone does any of those, there is also PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee. There are additional ones that are also available as well. I know some people like to do one thing or the other, or the other, or the other. So yeah, if anyone wants to try out donation alerts as a test, you can. I really want to thank whoever it was 20 days ago, by the way, who sent an anonymous donation. There's not even a name written, first name, last name. They sent an amount of money which is a little bit more than what most people would send in a donation. Let's say in the average donation. So massive thank you to whoever anonymous is. I still don't know to this day who it is. You know, I didn't do a live stream during that time to kind of maybe spot somebody doing it. So another thing too, and I can't read Russian. So if you're typing in the comments in Russian, I can't read what you're saying. So please keep it friendly. Please keep it positive. You're more than welcome to chat to each other as well in the chat. I mean, that's obviously up to you. If you want to chat to somebody else in the chat as a reply to each other, just do the @ symbol, which is kind of similar to the @ on the email addresses, or it's Shift-2 on the keyboard if you've got a keyboard. And then type the start of that person's name, and then it will pop up, and then it will come up on the screen highlighted then. So if you actually even try it for me, just do is it Traveling with Russell? I think you've got to type on the YouTube chat, and then it will highlight, and I can actually see it in the comments highlighted. Some people say to do it in bold so I can read it, but yeah, there is a couple of moderators here as well. I see Grey Wolf and Nelly. Thank you so much for being moderators. I think you guys have been moderators for quite a while now. If anyone says anything untoward or something that's really just not part of what the channel is about, more than likely it'll be deleted. You might be put in timeout. You might be put in the, I don't know, the doghouse, I guess they call it sometimes. So yeah, first person to comment was, hey, Easy Build. Hello, Russell, or hey, Russell. Thank you so much. EOS. Hello, Russell. Wish you a good day. Thank you. Easy Build and EOS. Thank you so much. Grey Wolf. Grey Wolf Infinity Project. I'm not sure what the Infinity Project is. I never really asked you what it's about, but hello as well. Typical introduction video. Yes, I don't have, there is actually a way, so when you actually go to click to watch the YouTube live stream ahead of the start time, it's got the channel intro. It's very strange when you can actually put what's called a channel trailer there. So maybe I should film something that's not the actual intro, maybe do a different intro and keep it unlisted and then use it only for channel intros. I know that's on there, and especially if you click to watch ahead of time. By the way, there's 50 people watching live. Thank you so much. Again, I know these are not overly scheduled. I did post in the Telegram channel earlier on today, would anyone like to watch a live stream? And a few people responded. Of course, lots of people do. I'm very active in the Telegram chat. So if you were to join the channel, and then I think you've got to join the chat as well. There is a lot of chit chat all through the day and night, even when I'm not online, or there is lots of active people in there, lots of positive, like-minded people. If you want to join that. It's raining also in North Carolina, 5:56 in the morning. Sorry about that earlier time difference. I appreciate you watching the live stream so early. So yes, easy build. I think you actually asked, is there any other Russians here? And I would imagine for sure there are, because I see some people typing in Russian or in Cyrillic. So yeah, if anyone does type something in English, unfortunately, I can't read it back. Joanna, hello. I hope you're enjoying your stay in Moscow. And I hope the weather's not been too cool. I did let you know a few days ago that they were having the coldest day in 75 years. So now, just to clarify that, because I was like, my God, it's cold in December. But the physical day of the year, the recorded temperature on, I think it was a couple of days ago, was the coldest physical day of the year for 75 years. And it was cool. I won't say it's cold, it was cool the last few days. I'm always correcting my wife about that. Easy build. I work from home and try to go outside as often as possible. There we go. Yeah, so that's, yeah, I did ask a poll question. I think, what are we at? It's actually 50. Oh, no, it's 51% on a rainy day like to stay home and relax. Get outside and get some fresh air, 13%. So that's a few people. So based on 63 votes. And 36% said they'd watch my videos. So I guess you'd stay home and watch the videos. So yeah, thank you. Oh, there's a couple of super chats. Now I've got another tab on the screen here, so I can press this without scrolling through the comments. David or Fortuna, thank you so much. I know you're hugely involved in the Telegram channel. I kind of feel like I'm living vicariously through you, and I'm sure maybe you're watching through me. Thank you so much. I know you like to post photos and videos, and you like to go hunting for Russian items in the European shops in Italy. Yeah, I love Italy. I was there a few times. I think I've mentioned already, working on cruise ships, and it's really nice. I didn't also notice that your name is Fortuna and then David, or David. And I talked about the Costa cruise ships and how you didn't like Costa cruise ships. And one of them is called Costa Fortuna. I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not, but yes, thank you so much for the super chat. I always get the super chat and super stickers mixed up. So thank you. And William, also, thank you so much. Super sticker. And it's the avocado running, I think, and sweating and out of breath, which is pretty much me, I think, generally. So thank you so much to both of you for these. So just understand with the YouTube chat revenue, so that comes through the AdSense. A lot of people ask me, do I still make money from YouTube, being that I'm in Russia? The channel is set up as being in Australia, and the channel has been set up for a lot of years through the Google account that most people have automatically. If you open YouTube on an app on your phone or on a desktop, you've got a YouTube account by default. And that's where, of course, you can change your icon and channel name and things like that. Even if you don't post a video on your channel, you've got one by default. You know, wants to set up a YouTube channel. So yeah, it basically, the ad revenue from people watching videos. If anyone watches a video inside Russia, there isn't a ad on a YouTube video if I watch in Russia. So I've essentially got YouTube Premium for free, or anybody in Russia has, because it's not playing ads to Russian viewers. But being that my channel is not in Australia, not in Russia, sorry for confusing this, it still earns ad revenue from non-Russian views. So, of course, there is lots of Russians watching, which I love, and meeting you and seeing you and chatting to you. An option to get around that, I guess, watching it in Russia, is watching with a VPN on, if you like. I tend to connect every now and again as well. My connection for my VPN goes to France, so I get French ads when I watch YouTube. So, all right, let's soldier on. I've got one more super chat to read. Oh, it's a super sticker as well, I think. Oh, where's that starred? Here it is. Andrew Laylor. Thank you so much. There's no comment and there's no little icon. So thank you. I appreciate AEDs. AEDs. Is that somewhere like Middle East? I'm not sure where AEDs are. And I guess for William, I'm guessing that's Australia. So hello in Australia. And David, I know that's euros. So AEDs. I'm not sure where that is. But anyway, thank you, Andrew. It's very much appreciated. And it is a good way to show support for the channel, I guess. Or I know it is. Yeah. Fortuna, hello. Andrew, you posted a comment a bit earlier there. All good, David. Ali. Oh, William Smith you're in Safety Bay. Yes, this is a suburb of Perth, south of the river. So I was living, my parents live in Baldivis. When we were living in Australia with my wife, I guess now 2 years ago, we were living down at Rockingham Beach. The Memorial Park, which is kind of 1 or 2 streets back from the Rockingham foreshore, is where we were living. My wife knows this area well. She knows Safety Bay as well, by the way. So I can now say things to my wife about Perth, and she knows them and where you live, which is not far. But yeah, Safety Bay Road coming back to Baldivis and Baldivis Shopping Centre is where my parents live. The sound and picture quality is good. Thank you, Easy Build. Thank you. Hello from St. Petersburg. Travel Unleashed. Yes. Hello. How are you going? I know you're also in the Telegram channel as well. Southern Missouri. Plain and simple. Hello. And good morning to you. I'm from Yakutia in Russia, but currently I live in Sydney, Australia. Wow, that's really polar opposites. Sydney and Yakutia. So yeah, Zdravstvuyte. Dobro utro. Hello from the Middle East. Al Morley, exactly from Saudi Arabia. Oh, pleased to meet you. Hello. Grey Wolf is telling everyone to subscribe. Yes, we are not far from the subscriber goal of 100,000 subscribers. Yeah. David's letting everyone know where he lives. The province of Senia. Is it raining more now? I think it is. Than it was earlier. Hello from Great Britain. Hello. Lots of sport last weekend. In England, you had a ton of sport. And now you've got the Wimbledon finals this next few days. The Ashes are still going on. Last weekend was the Formula One Grand Prix. If you're into sport, of course. So, Jimmy, hello. Hello also. Okay, if you've got a Russian name, I'm sorry I can't read it. And if I get it wrong, I'm really sorry. Ooh, excuse me. Hello from Eastern Finland. Eastern Finland, Mr. Jamo, hello. I've been to Helsinki. I was on cruise ships like David, I talked about with David. Fincantieri has a shipyard in Finland, in Turku. They had one in Helsinki when I was on ships, and also in Italy. So yeah, hello. Oh, hello, Patricia, Auntie Pat. It's very strange saying Auntie Pat when I'm as old as I am now. Hope you're both okay. Yeah, Jen's at work today, by the way. Everyone may know my wife. She's not in too many videos, but she's working today. She actually works in the same building where we live, on the ground floor or the street level. She has a nail salon there. She's got clients. Pretty much Saturdays and Sundays, she's always got bookings because people who don't work on the weekends like to get their nails done and manicures and pedicures. So yeah, she's there today, and she knows I was going to do a live stream. She prefers it when I do them when I'm not home, when she's not home. That makes sense. All the best to Finland. Yes. Mr. Riaz, my wife is calling. Look, my wife is calling. Let me tell her that we're on a live stream. Cuckoo.
Oh, are you on live stream?
Yeah. And you're live on the live stream.
Okay, I'll call you later then.
Oh, okay, then do you want to say hello to everybody on the live stream?
No, hello everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Paka. Bye. All right. That was a little bit, I can't switch off everything so that she's not on the live stream. Again, if you're typing in Russian, I can't read it. I'm sorry. So I'm going to skip over Someone told me not to put the Russian comments on the screen in case they're bad words. We're on vacation in St. Petersburg. Oh, I hope you're having a nice time. Hope the weather's a little nicer there than it is here today. Why can't you go to other cities in Russia? I can. I will be actually going to St. Petersburg on, I don't remember the day now, on the 19th, on Wednesday. I'm just going for the day. Wednesday till Thursday, I'll be there for a whole of 24 hours. And I will be making at least one video there that I'm going to make a video there for. And I may make maybe a hotel review video or hotel room review video. I didn't make one when I last went there, so I won't really have a lot of time to make more than one video that I'm going to make there. I'm going to keep it completely secret what I'm going to do because it's just more fun that way and not talk about it. Where are you going back on the cruise ships again? Are your certifications to go to sea still good, or have they expired? No, all my certifications are still good. My actual US visas are still valid. They're 5 years valid. The work visa for entering the US is called the C1D visa. I've also got B1, B2, which is the travel visa for holidaying. The only thing that would need to be renewed is my medical, which is valid for 2 years. And that's pretty much for anybody who would go on cruise ships. I can go to a place in Moscow that does Siemens visas. Siemens medicals that would allow me to go basically get a flight, get on a cruise ship and work if that was the case. No. So yes, Grey Wolf, if you're Grey Wolf may be taking care of a few comments. If they're not so well, they're not so well. They're not so nice. Why are you teaching basic chat? Why are you teaching Wow. My gosh. Why are you teaching basic chat skill? No need. Yeah, so a lot of people may not watch my YouTube channel often. They may also not know, may not watch a live stream. So I just always explain that. Some people don't know and some people do. So it is what it is. Looks like I woke up. Thumbs up. Thank you, Mr. JMO. Thank you. Looks like I woke up just in time for the morning. Joey, hello. Brozowski. That sounds a little bit Polish, I wonder. How did you learn Russian? My Russian is very limited. Living in Russia, obviously, is pretty much how I've learned it. Kind of a guerrilla sort of style learning of Russian. Yes. Hello from Sweden. Oh, people from everywhere. Hello to Sweden and to IKEA. Maybe you watched the recent video where I went to the Good Lack store. That is actually if you really need to watch the video, I do explain more about it, but essentially it's a small store. It's not very big. I think I said it was 30,000 square meters. It's 3,000 square meters. I'm pretty sure I made that mistake explaining, and you can't edit that out when you're talking about it, but yes. Do you think that since Finland, Sweden are in like the entire leadership? Okay, I'm not really going to answer anything that's politically motivated. That's not really in my channel. It's not in any video that I make. It's just not a thing that I do. My wife doesn't like me talking about things like that either. My dad, my mum, everybody. So yeah. From Hyderabad, nice you're back in the chat. French hardware store. And yeah, so yeah, hello, Russell. This is Diamond Gudilipali Wash from Hyderabad, India. Now, you're a fellow cricket supporter, I'm sure, or follower. And Australia and India have got big rivalries when we play each other. Since you're back on the chat, French hardware store, mega store, and Tram Parade. Yeah, Tram Parade I put on the channel yesterday. It's not got a lot of views. I'm sure over time it'll get more. I did change the title twice because I wasn't sure if it's got the right title. So, yeah. Does not understand Russian. Yes. Hello, everyone. And dear Russell from Moscow. MS. Hello. Thank you so much for watching. Tara L. Can you read Russian? I can't personally. Yes. No, I can't read. I can read maybe a couple of letters in the alphabet. Probably something I probably could learn easier than learning to speak Russian is to at least learn the alphabet letters. Putting the words together, though. Are you a huge fan of the Dockers? I am a fan of the Dockers, yes. That's why I'm wearing my Docker shirt here. This is one of the media polos where they've got the kind of advertising on them. And that's actually the name of the football, the Burley Seacombe. I think they even make some of the clothing as well. Ionis, hello. Another person from the Telegram channel. Good to see you. Do I pay taxes in Russia? Yeah, I guess when I buy things I do, because taxes include in the prices. My wife does a tax return every year. I essentially don't earn money in Russia technically because I don't have a job or employment. I know my wife does her taxes once per year and she has to do lots of documents, which she doesn't enjoy doing. It's not as easy to do a tax return in Russia as it is in Australia, well, technically. I did my tax return in Australia last calendar year while I was back there in March. So yeah, I even pay taxes in Australia. We all pay taxes, exactly, yes. I think there's no avoiding, what do they always say? Taxes, the two things you can't avoid, taxes and death. I think that's the famous saying, right? UAE. Dirhams are from Dubai. Oh, thank you, Samir. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. Safety Bay. Yes. It's kind of funny. We've got Safety Bay in Perth, and the other one is Secret Harbour, which is a not so secret harbour. There's a place called Secret Harbour. Do you work outside of your YouTube, or is it what you do for work? Yes, Mo. So basically, I don't have a job in Russia that I go to work to do. I rely on YouTube as a source of income, primarily from people watching videos and getting ad revenue from people watching videos. Things like the donations and the super chats are a big help as well. That adds to the monthly income of the videos and the channel. Luckily, it's enough for me to live here, I guess you could say. My wife does have a job. She runs her own business. She does that all completely on her own. I don't sort of get involved in that. I let her buy things, sell things, whatever she's doing in her salon. It's all on her. She's done it on her own before I met her. She's doing it on her own now. Why did I make the decision to move to Russia? Because of my wife. And when I first met her, she invited me here, and I've essentially never left. And we were in Australia back during COVID, and then we moved back here. So, hi from Korolev, Moscow region. Korolev is in the northeast of Moscow, I think, right? Am I mistaken, or am I mixed up? We met when you was there a couple of months ago at Cash Converters. We met at Cash Converters. Cashies. We call it Cashies, right? When was I at Cash Converters? Well, that's kind of cool, William. Thank you. I don't tend to go to Cash Converters too often because I always find things are more expensive in there when you buying secondhand items. I've been to St. Petersburg last year during winter, and then I'll be there on Wednesday for the day. Splak Leonov, literally for the day. I'm gonna go see something and make a video about it. How I'm gonna make the video yet, I don't know. I'm still looking for ideas of what to do and how to do it. So, hello from Denmark. Please visit an agricultural fair one day, both with machinery and livestock. Yeah, they do have kind of machinery like conventions and stuff like that. Livestock ones I've never really heard about to know if there's anything like that going on. And Ruby, sorry, I have a little phone. Okay. Hello. Lexikov, hello. What do you think is better in Russia than in Australia and on the turnover? That's a kind of tough question, the one. I've tried to answer that a few times on live streams. It's nearly impossible to give a fair answer about both places because they've both got pros and cons. Obviously, the weather is better in Australia. The weather here is more seasonal. So you've got a definite winter, definite summer, definite autumn and spring. Of course, now should be summer. and it's 16 degrees and raining outside, and very cloudy today, of course. The weather is a factor. The cost of living is a big difference as well. Considerably less to live here than it is in Australia, physically dollar for dollar. But then the salaries are less if I was earning a Russian salary, no matter what job or qualifications that I'd have. So thank you, Doggy Style. My friends say that your videos are boring and just show markets and malls, but I think I like them because your videos teach me that it is the same all over the world, beautiful and ugly. Well, I'll take all over criticism or positive. I was really just doing supermarkets and shopping malls. I haven't gone and filmed one there for a while. I should get back to doing one. I do like to try to go to different shops, especially supermarkets and different shopping malls in all the videos. I have made quite a few more in my local one called Solaris. But yeah, they are just boring. I know that. I think everybody likes them for different reasons. So the thing is, right, you can make a video about the local convenience store here or supermarket called Pitorichka, and it gets nearly 1 million views. You can go to make a video about a tram parade or to one of the parks, and it can get 10 or 20 or 30,000 views. Now, these are big numbers no matter what it is. 20, 30,000 views on a video, 1 million views on a video is just crazy to think. And there's no consistency to that, because how can everybody just want to watch a supermarket video, especially Pitorichka in Russia? There's 15,000 of them. They're literally in every town in Russia, no matter where in Russia you are. And why is that such a popular video every time I make one about it? I don't know. You just can't answer that. The algorithm of YouTube makes that decision for everyone to watch that video, and then what makes people click it, I don't know. This is a live stream. Yes, awesome. I'm Russian. I'm a Russian that's lived in the US for over 30 years. Love watching your videos. Thank you, Gwen. I think that's Gwen Bliers. Hello. Thank you. Hi from SE. Andre. I guess that's Sweden. By the way, Helsinki was built as it is under the Russian Empire era. Before it was more like a village. There we go. Thank you, Alex. Dockers, are you from Perth? Yes, I'm from, well, I say that I'm from Baldivis because that's where my home address is, which is where my parents are now. I say that because it's just easier. We've always lived south of the river, pretty much since I went to school and growing up, from Fremantle south of the river in Perth. Never lived anywhere north of the river. So yeah, Perth is separated by a river called the Swan River. Everyone lives south of that or north of that, and essentially kind of east of it. But have been to Kaliningrad? I haven't been to Kaliningrad, no. Your wife has such a cute Russian accent. Thanks. Yes. When she speaks in English, she can speak very well in English, but she just gets a little bit camera shy or speaking shy. Will you be going by speed train to St. Petersburg? No, I'm flying there from my local airport, Vnukovo, which is 10 minutes from my house. I would love to do the train there and back just for the experience of it. You can do the Sapsan, which is about 4 hours. I'm not sure how long flying is. I think it must be less than an hour, I think. But the airport is literally 10 minutes away from, 15 minutes away, the Vnukovo airport. We're kind of in the flight line. If you were to look out the window across the forest, the flight line. And if I take the bus from my house towards Moscow, you literally go past it on the main highway. Hello, Russell. Yes. What are your thoughts on the Ashes so far? Yes. So, Andrew, and for everybody, the Ashes is a sporting event that's cricket, which is held between England and Australia every 2 years. It's very close. I think for the lovers of cricket and 5-day test match cricket, it's amazing. And the fact that it's come down to the last few hours of the last days, particularly the 2 of the 3 tests, has been very, very, very good for the game. For one team to win or lose, it's kind of sad, but I just like the fact that it's so close. It's not just 3-day and finished matches, it's 5-day matches. So yeah, that's very good. Of course I want Australia to win, but if another team is better, then they are, right? It's what it is. Traveling. Greetings from Paris, France. An independent soul, so it's not supporting. Okay, thank you, Greg's Whiskey Guide. Thank you so much. You've got a really good channel, by the way. If anyone wants to watch about whiskey, just can't say long, but want to say hi. Do they have Vegemite in? Yes, thank you, Greg. Do they have Vegemite in Russia? I've never seen it for sale. Literally, Australian items you can find wine. There is also Bundaberg ginger beer, which is a bottled fizzy drink, if you want to call it that. Yeah, there's very few Australian items here that you can actually get, but Vegemite I've never seen for sale. I bought oh, it's in the cupboard. I bought Maltesers yesterday. And I don't have them here to show you. I've saved them because they were like more expensive than normal. So I'm saving them for a movie night where I can sit and watch a movie on the sofa here. Stephen, thank you so much. Thanks for everything that you do. You're very welcome, Stephen. Again, if anyone does want to use donation alerts, it's set up and I can read things out. I'm still, so we did the last live stream 33 days ago. 20 days ago, I'm just looking at the screen here. I can't pop it up on the screen to show you. Somebody anonymous did a donation. And it's no worries that it doesn't say somebody's name. Whatever you choose to put as the name of someone's donation, it doesn't worry me, right? It's a little easy to know maybe who you are. And where you put a comment, maybe asking a question, it's kind of more interesting. But where you do anonymous and a donation, and I still don't know. Yeah, and you can't really ask everybody, right? Who was it? So... by the way, 88 likes. Thank you so much. 88 likes. Yeah, that's really amazing. There's almost the same number of likes as people watching. And a big shout out to channel members. I don't do enough for channel members. It's more of a way for you to support the channel. I do put the videos out a little bit earlier sometimes than when they're on the channel as a public video. I should do more. Looks pretty much like IKEA, yes. Good luck. Now, the lack, if anyone doesn't know, is the name of the very basic, cheapest coffee table in IKEA. That's where they got the word from. So it's kind of interesting. Permanent Russian resident. Yes, I live here in Moscow. I have Russian residency. Too, but I can't stand some things. I do not speak in my channel 90% of the time, though. Yes, that's the thing, right? It's very difficult to be somewhere in the world and obviously not, okay, you know what's going on, but not talk about what's going on. But when you've got a niche on your channel, obviously you've got to kind of stick to that niche as much as possible and continue that niche, which is what I'm trying to do. Living in Athens. Do they have Vegemite in Moscow? No, I'm not really that. I mean, I like Vegemite. When I'm in Australia or when we were living there, we had it. My wife doesn't like it. So she didn't just, my God, it's amazing. We need to bring jars of it over here that we don't run out. When I came back from Australia in March, I brought back OXO cubes and Gravox. That's what I really brought back. Do you know the Russian language? I know a little bit. Not lots, but a little bit. Ruslan in Russian. Does anybody call you that? Yes, my name is Ruslan in Russian. Yes. Nobody actually says that. A lot of people are more curious about my English name when I meet somebody or greet them. And then I sometimes say about Russell Crowe or Russell Westbrook or Russell Hensby or a lot of other Russells, so they may remember my name. And really just say it in English rather than Ruslan. Yes. Come visit Lipsk, please. I'm Egyptian living in Lipsk. Lipsk? I don't know where that is, but thank you, Mustafa. Thanks for the invite. It's very appreciative. From Samara, Russia. I'll be in Moscow later this week. Next week, let me know if you have a chance to catch up. Dom, I'm... okay, so Wednesday, Thursday. I guess you can contact me on Telegram. If you'll be in Moscow, we can certainly try and figure something out. I know lots of subscribers of the Telegram channel want me to do a meetup as a group, but I just really don't know how, or not how, but what to do that it would make sense for everybody, because I'm always very polite of everybody and want to make sure everybody's sort of happy. And if we go to one place or the other, maybe some people are or aren't. I guess ultimately for a meetup of more people would be just to go to a cafe or a bar. My nose is always itchy on live streams. I'm going to take a drink as well. And my nose is always itchy on live streams. So can you live in Russia if you don't speak Russian at all beyond a touristic journey to? You can live here with not knowing Russian. It's obviously very helpful and very much respected amongst other people if you can have that conversation or just general greetings. My gosh, sorry. Even just saying hello to somebody in the street or on the bus stop or in the elevator. For administration kind of things like paperwork and documents, it obviously would help if you could make conversation in Russian. If you've got someone who speaks Russian, they can help you. It's not a problem as well. Could you live not knowing the language? I'd say you could in Moscow because there is more people who speak English. Maybe in some of the more distant cities, probably less people speak, less of the population speak English in some form. There's a lot less people here that speak English than I thought they would be. I guess I've known that since I first came. Love to see a video on secondhand shops. Cheers from Bendigo. Yeah, Andrew, I want to go to one of the flea markets. There's a weekend one, Saturdays and Sundays, at a place called Izmailova Kremlin. It's a kind of a wooden version of the Kremlin that's got a flea market on the weekends. I want to go there. They don't really like you filming at those kind of things, especially the older ladies or their babushkas. They get a bit emotional about you pointing your camera around. So, yeah, I do want to do something like that. I just have to find out ones that will be a little bit more open to me holding a camera. Yeah, so I do reply to posts, especially on comments of videos. I use Google Translate for that. So where people do post in Russian, I do Google Translate them and then reply in Russian from Google Translate. I couldn't spell and type Russian. I don't even have the... I guess this keyboard I bought in Moscow does have a Russian option because it's got the Russian keys in English, but I wouldn't possibly be able to learn that so quickly. They can't make me pay taxes if they can't find me in Siberia. Yes. Good to people all over the world. Yeah, that's the good thing about this channel. There is people from everywhere watching and replying and commenting. Why do I live in Russia? Because I'm married to a Russian and we've chosen to live here. I didn't just get on the plane and come here on my own free will. I would probably do that actually if I would like to have come here, not knowing my wife, not knowing Russian, having worked on cruise ships and traveled around the world. I'm very open to get on a plane and go somewhere. If anybody watched some of the videos from about 2 weeks ago, I was in Kyrgyzstan for a week. My neighbor that lived in the building here, who now lives in Kyrgyzstan, invited me there for a week to stay with him. He lives alone there. His wife's still in Russia. He's working in Kyrgyzstan. Gleb, if anyone knows Gleb, he was on a live stream last year. I am trying to get him back on live streams. We just need to get a time where he's not working, and it's a 4-hour time difference as well. 4 hours. So yeah, just have to time it up that we can bring on a visitor to the channel for a live stream. So yeah, Kyrgyzstan was very cool to go to. I say cool, but anywhere that I go is cool. Seeing trams is cool. Going to a hardware store is cool. Going to a Kyrgyzstan supermarket is cool. That's just how I am. Brad Pitt is here. Brad Pitt. Good to see you, Brad. Hello from Thailand. How's things going? You were just at the Formula One in England. You're making a movie in the Formula One, right? Brad Pitt. Greetings from Melbourne, from a Russian living in Australia for 18 years. Awesome channel. SG, thank you. Is that us? Thank you so much. It's very much appreciated. I know there's a Russian community in most cities in Australia. We met a lot of Russians and Ukrainians in Perth when we were there. My wife has still got friends to this day that she chats to, calls, and they're all wanting to come back and do their nails, do their nails. Where you went to see the megastore. You used to live in, I've got to say, Himki, I want to say Kimki, but it's Himki. Yes, I went up there to see the Mega and the Obi supermarket. It was a long way to get back to. You know, it was late in the evening and it was cold, it was snowing. It wasn't the best day to go, but I really wanted to go very quickly while that was still kind of a news story. And go to the shopping center. I met some subscribers in there walking around too. Live from YouTube only. Yeah, Russell's almost at 100K, so great. So I guess great to be able to live from YouTube only. Glad for him. Thank you so much, Greg. Yeah, it's we will do a live stream on the 100,000 to do like a thank you live stream. I think that it says that I'm going to hit it on the 1st of August. It kind of went a little bit longer. It seems to be like the hardest 3,000 people to find is the last 3,000 subscribers before 100,000. So if you have just subscribed recently, thank you. Yes, you can be called a freelancer or a YouTuber. Yes, content creator, Alex, social media influencer. I don't think I'm an influencer as such. Maybe by me filming in a specific brand of supermarket or a shopping center, maybe people go there. I know a lot of Russian from comments. You know, they have found places that I've gone to that they didn't know, and they live in Moscow, for instance, which is kind of interesting. Thank you, Max. Thank you, live. Good luck. Thank you so much. Do you miss the Aussie Sunday roast? Actually, well, my wife has almost got the Sunday roast figured out. Yes, I do miss my mum's Sunday roast. My wife is getting close to knowing how to do it. We do have the gravy here. We actually had roast beef yesterday. We had roast beef rolls, but just not with gravy. But my wife knows how to make roast beef now. We actually use a slow cooker to do the roast beef, not in the oven. So yeah, I had roast beef rolls. Roast beef and gravy rolls would be good, but the roast beef in these, we got some very nice bread 2 days ago, this focaccia bread that we made some nice sandwiches with. So yeah, talking about that. Thanks for reminding me. Am I going by train? No, I'm going to fly there actually with what's the crazy most popular airline in Russia? Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the flight that I'm going to be going on. I literally got sent it yesterday. So, oh man, Aeroflot. I'm flying with Aeroflot from Vnukovo to St. Petersburg. How old am I? I guess with all my hair loss, I look older than what I probably should be. I'm in my 40s. Let's say that. Okay, doggy style. There is no chance that YouTube will be going anyway anytime soon. It's been talked about for the last 2 years. It's talked about for the last 10 years before the last 2 years. Would it be okay financially? It would be tougher, I guess, not earning the money from YouTube. I guess I would use another platform and post videos on another platform that would be able to be either monetized or, I don't know, generate income somehow. Yeah, I've never really thought about it because I've never really thought about it like you're asking. Was it hard to get to Russia from Australia? Well, we were there in March. We actually flew from, there is absolutely all the flights flying. So we flew with Qatar Airways, but Etihad fly here. Emirates flies here. There's also Fly Dubai if you wanted to go to Dubai and back, and things like that. There is also the flights through China. So you can fly to China, then to Australia as well. We actually flew from Moscow, Doha to Bali, Denpasar. And then we got just a local flight, then Denpasar, Perth, back to Denpasar. You can hear the plane going over now. Yes, so it's not hard to fly to get from Russia to Australia and backwards. You just have to obviously deal with the flight times, 5 hours to Dubai or Doha, and then it would be about 10 hours to Perth, maybe Sydney, Melbourne, and it's probably at 12 or 13 hours. Bali to Perth is 3.5 or 4 hours. So yeah, it was a good way to break it up. What would you be doing if you weren't doing YouTube? Joey, I was working on cruise ships for close to 20 years. I would go back on cruise ships and back to work there. Do they eat lamb and sheep in Russia? Yesterday we went for lunch. We actually went, if anyone's from Russia or from Moscow, we went to Food City yesterday. I convinced my wife to go to Food City. Now, if anyone doesn't know what Food City is, it's basically a wholesale, retail, to the public food market. Now, it's the largest food market in Russia by an absolute long way. More than 20% of Russia's food goes through Food City. Now, it's basically they say it's a city, but it's buildings and warehousing and cross docks. And I wanted to go there and get raspberries. And we came back with 2 massive bags of things, not raspberries. And actually, the one thing my wife bought was these hand-painted bowls from, I think it was from either Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan. I don't remember what the guy said now because I wasn't really listening. My wife was busy choosing them. And part of going there, we went for lunch at a cafe. I think it was a Georgian cafe. We're not sure either. My wife, it was like a phone book style menu, but I had lamb chops and they were beautiful. I did post a photo on the Telegram channel yesterday. They were okay. It was only 3 lamb chops, but I also had lagman as well, which is kind of a noodle beef dish. But they don't eat lots of lamb, predominantly chicken and beef. Lamb is available, but not as available. You can just go to any butcher, though, and ask for it, or they can order it and so on. But I had beautiful lamb chops yesterday, talking about that. Would you ever do a street park live broadcast? I've tried doing them, but the Wi-Fi tends to not hold up as well. And it's also difficult to kind of read the live chat as I'm walking. I've done one. I tried to do one in Red Square a couple of times. I've done one at Park Druzhby or Northern River Station, but they're okay, but not amazing quality wise. I'm not sure what people do to do amazing quality ones. I'll definitely. I think I'm probably behind the chat that I'm not keeping up. Igor in Russia, hello, good to see you. Still my lamb, yes. I guess doing cats or fashion videos is top 2 views wise. Yes, cute cat videos. Do you miss Australia? Do you ever feel nostalgic and melancholic about your homeland and living so far from it as a whole? How do I handle it? Yeah, so I chat with my parents every now and again on live streams or on a video call. It's like they're in the next room when I do that. Of course, with the microphone and camera set up, I could do that with anybody. Like having roast beef sandwiches yesterday and having lamb chops. My wife is slowly realizing the things that are close to my heart food-wise, rather than me, having to eat Russian food, if you call it that, every day of the week. I'm able to watch live streaming sport, from Australia anytime. Oh my gosh. Let me take a drink. Sorry. Oh, Kuzna. Yeah, so things like watching live sport helps a lot as well. So I was watching the golf. Right now is the World Series of Poker, which is in America, not Australia, but Aussie rules football I can watch, the cricket, the Ashes, the tennis. I can actually watch more sport here than I could in Australia in terms of watching it live streaming and for free, if you want to call it that. So that's probably how I handle it. We do have a kind of a plan to go back to Australia later in the year. I'm trying to get my wife to be a bit more wise with us trying to save money to do that trip. The trip and the flight is not cheap. No, right? And obviously the difficulty of paying for it with I can't use my foreign cards in Russia. That was the one thing about going to Kyrgyzstan. The minute I literally left the airport in Russia, I could use my Australian card in Kyrgyzstan anywhere. I could just tap and go, and it was beautiful. I didn't take money at the ATM, but I pretty much paid for things, even right down just to go into a convenience store and buying a bottle of water. I could just tap and pay for it rather than in Kyrgyzstan, Som. Som is their currency there. So yeah, it's possible. I mean, I think working on cruise ships and being outside the country for a lot of years has helped a lot too. That I never really missed home because I was working on cruise ships for so long. So I'm very open to going anywhere and being able just to fit in and adapt to the place where I am. How can a channel be boring if you're at 100,000 subscribers, Mozzie? Hello, by the way. Yes, that's true. That's what's blows me away every time I see that number and it creeping closer to 100,000. So I guess once it hits the 100, it'll just be like, oh, okay, what's next? 1 million, But it is insane to think that 100,000 people have chosen to click subscribe or chosen to put a thumbs up. 138 thumbs up on this video, 219 votes on the poll. There's a lot more people on the poll than there is that are watching the live stream. So, right, I agree. It's crazy. You can look at Agro Expo in January. It could be a leading livestock and poultry fair in Russia. Thanks, Casper. Yeah, I do try to look up the ones that are at the convention centers in Moscow. There's 2 different big convention centers. But yeah, it will be absolutely interesting for me to go. If anyone wants to take me there or go drive me there or bring me there, I'm open to go anywhere in somebody's car to visit something. As to why people would like videos of supermarkets in Russia, my answer is political. I'm in California, and so I'll leave it at that, and you can draw your own conclusions. Yeah, Momo. I just don't know. It's just strange because, to everybody in Russia, this Pitorichka is a very well, everybody in the entire country of Russia knows a Pitorichka shop. And there is, if I look at the statistics, also there is a lot of Russians that watch that versus non-Russians. And also the average age is considerably younger than the average age of everybody that watches my channel as well. So it's still also a little bit hard to figure out. Yankee Foxtrot, hello. When am I in St. Petersburg? I'm there Wednesday night till Thursday night. Do something together for YouTube. I don't think I'll have time because I will literally have to wake up in the morning, meet people, go to the specific place I'm going to, and then more than likely we'll end up going for a lunch or a dinner, and then we'll go to the airport and fly back. So I just don't think, Igor, I'll have time, but I guess on Telegram I'll let you know. Vlog the Australia. Yes, I didn't really do vlogs in Australia because I was there for 9 days. We were mostly in Indonesia, in Bali. And also I was with my family, and particularly mum and dad, my sister, husband, kids a lot. And I don't really feel comfortable filming them and putting them on camera. They wouldn't like it either. So can't wait to go to Russia. Russell isn't no boring at all. I love Russia. Thank you, KS. Thank you so much. They really are all the same. Your personality is spot on. Thank you. Less supermarkets. Yeah, they get a lot of views, those supermarket videos, though. And that's what makes it just intriguing, me doing them. They are really all the same. The supermarkets in Russia are not all the same. Having worked in them in Australia as well, there is definitely differences. A lot of people in Russia eat lamb. Yes. We just don't, in the local butcher shops where I live here, we go to 2 different butchers. We don't buy meat in supermarkets. We buy them in butcher shops because there's a lot of butchers here. Both of them, they would have lamb and they have it on display. We just don't buy it very often versus buying beef to make either soups or stews or roast beef. Chicken, we tend to buy chicken wings, chicken legs. Hello from Cheborsky. I'm not sure where that is, but hello, Здравствуйте. Again, I can't read Russian. Sorry. Are you able to film in St. Basil's? I hope I spelled it correctly. I've always loved how it looked outside as a little girl. Now as an old lady, I give up hope of ever going in person. I think you can. I've never been in St. Basil's ever. I know there is a fee for cameras, so I'm guessing they realize that everyone's going to go there and want to take videos and photos. I know there's an entrance fee, and then there's a fee for photography, which is really not anywhere else. A lot of churches don't allow you to film or take photos, but people still do. I guess it's being a little bit discreet about it. So yeah, I've never been in St. Basil's. I know you can because I've seen the sign. Yeah, curious. Have I ever been back to Yorkshire, Aussie? What was it like to move to Oz as a child? Exciting, scary, safe to say UK. Yeah, I moved to Australia when I was 8 years old. I went back to Yorkshire a couple of times while I was working on cruise ships. Actually, one of the times I flew from the cruise ships to England and did my vacation, and then I flew from Manchester to Milan, wasn't it? Wasn't it Italy? I flew. It was somewhere in Italy to the shipyard. So yeah, I stayed with my grandparents at the time. They've passed away since it was a few years ago. So I've been back twice in my adult years and visited relatives. I'd love to go back again now just to understand it a lot more. Yeah, still got lots of aunties and uncles and cousins there that I could visit. It's a little bit harder to go there now with less flight opportunities through Europe and higher flight ticket prices, but I could still do it. Tim, good to see you. G'day. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for the call, Russell. Everybody there is welcome on the channel, and I speak sometimes about the whiskeys other than whiskey. Yes, yeah, whiskey channel. I know this channel very well. I speak about music, metal music in particular. Wow. Why do you think the lambs are so tender in Australia after eating lamb from all over the world? I had a more tender lamb in Sydney. I don't know. I've never really thought about that. I just eat it and love it and enjoy it and have some mint sauce on it. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe it's the weather, the soil, the happy lambs. Then it is considered reasonable able to watch them all, but it's also to support them. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the way. Like I subscribe to a few YouTube channels myself. I probably watch a lot more than what I'm subscribed to. They tend to get recommended to me because I watch them. So yeah, I think that's the way, right? Any type of a subscription to a channel or a thumbs up or a comment is a good way to support the channel. Is Moscow safe to visit for you? Yes, absolutely. It is, Emily. It doesn't really mean you don't have to say where you're from. I think you could say, is it safe to visit Russia at this time or Moscow? I think where you're from has no bearing. There is very little or no bias on where somebody's from here in Russia. I think there is a lot more curiosity of Russians asking that you're from there and why did you come here? What reasons, and I think there's a lot more curiosity in reverse than saying that you're a US citizen or an Australian citizen or a British citizen. So yeah, no problems. Yeah, it's just a matter of finding flights and getting the visas. I'm originally from Sfar reason. Moved to Australia 10 years ago, and I love Aussie land. Brisbane climate is amazing. Winter now, and it's warmer than summers in Moscow. This is an unusual lower temperature these last 3 or 4 or 5 days here. Brisbane, obviously Perth to Brisbane, there's a bit of a difference, a little bit hotter over there. Vegas, you guys like to call it. A little bit sort of generally warmer, more humid in Brisbane than Perth. Yeah, it is weird when you see a winter's temperature in Perth and then a winter's temperature or a summer temperature in Moscow and then being the same. First time I've caught your live stream from Indianapolis. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, not much today. Yeah, Saturday. It's rainy outside. It's not the best weather. I was planning to go out and make a video today. Then my wife said, just stay home. And I'm like, okay. Didn't have to convince me overly. I've got another video that I can put on the channel in the next 2 days. Now, if anyone wants to know what the video is about, now So this was a bottle of water that I got when I went here a few days ago. And unfortunately, when I went to do the tram video, I got a bottle of water. These are given out by the local administration and government because it was a warm, sunny day. There's people just handing out bottles of water. And I was kind of thinking I'll start collecting free bottles of water. And then yesterday or the day before, my wife came home and she's like, the water's not working. The taps are not working. We've got no water in the building. And she grabbed my bottle of water because she was thirsty and opened it. And I said, this might be the only Moscovich bottle of water in the whole world that anyone's ever seen in public. It's even got it's got the normal thing on the side. Essentially, it's a bottle of water that's been relabeled for Moscovich. And I got that when I visited Moscovich. And I'm sad that she opened it. She's like, oh, it's just a bottle of water. You can get another one. You can't. This is the only one in the world. So, yes. Jim, thank you so much for the super chat. Hello, Russell. Thank you so much for your great videos. Thank you. We really want to visit Moscow and dance in Gorky Park. Seems insanely romantic. Love your content. Jim, yes, it is insanely romantic. Actually, it's kind of interesting. I was there about 4 or 5 days ago with a channel subscriber and somebody who I met randomly. Actually, we didn't even intend to meet up, I don't think, or we did. And I took her there for a walk around Moscow. We ended up at Gorky Park, and I wanted to show her the dancing in the evening. And it's just interesting to see lots of couples watching other couples dancing, and they're kind of hesitant to get down there. Some people do, some people don't. And it is very romantic. Just taking a walk there in the evenings or any time of the day. You can come in winter when it's snowing. It's not as nice, but it's still nice. But yeah, in that late evening time, sunset time, even just watching other people dance and to see people of all ages doing it too. There's not just younger people dancing, there's older people. I would consider people as like my mum and dad, imagine dancing down there. They wouldn't, but yeah. I think Gorky Park's just that place in your head that you've got to go once, right? Or more than once. If it's a place you can go, you can't probably see it all well, you could if you just kept walking around Gorky Park. But I've been a few times and seen different things each time I've gone there. So yeah, I didn't film that day when I went there to see them dancing this last time, but in the video that I made, I went intentionally there to do it. So thank you for Norks. I guess, is that Norwegian kroners or kroners? Thank you so much. That's very nice. Where was I at? What's up? Okay, for French people, Vegemite and Marmite is completely mysterious. Yes, we don't have those here, but probably some equivalent products. Yeah, Marmite, I think, might be a little bit more European. It's English. Yeast extract. What words do I know in Russian? Здравствуйте. Очень приятно. Я тебя люблю. Zabravka. Lots of random words. Yes, Moscow is safe for everybody. Absolutely true. I completely agree. I mean, I guess it's a matter of just, and I've said this a lot, just fitting in and blending in, and you'll be fine. I was in Moscow last week for 3 days. I had no issues. Yes. I keep up the good work, Russell. I love your videos. Thank you so much, Megadeth. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, by the way. I know I'm saying thank you a lot. 162 likes. People commenting on the poll or answering the poll. Thank you to those people that did super chats. It's very nice. I mean, really, I'm still waiting for donation alerts to work, but it's still sitting here on the side of the screen. What do you like most about Russia? Wow, that's another impossible question to be. Very impossible to be answering, a question about a country that's not the country where I was born, where I'm from. It's where I live, where I made my life here with my wife now. I think that it's just, I don't know. I mean, everything's simple here, and then some things are impossible. Things like when they change laws, they make a law today, it changes tomorrow. The fact that everybody just looks after themselves and isn't really worried about everything else. What's on the nightly news isn't as big a importance to a lot of people. Even chatting to people about what's your, for me, I always find sport brings people together, right? Let me just put my chair down one notch. There we go. And when I ask somebody here, what's your sporting team? What do you follow? And they just don't have an answer, because people aren't bothered about everything. Is that right? I don't know. Just say that's right or not. But I like the fact that yesterday I could go to this Food City. Again, if anyone knows Food City, they'll understand. And I could buy a can of Coke or a can of Coca-Cola that was from Iran. And then the Maltesers were from, we think it was from somewhere in Europe, like Austria or Germany. The guy said they were Italian Maltesers. Actually, David, if you're watching, it's got a lot of imported by, under license from, and all this on the packaging. So, 2 years after all this thing that's happening, I can buy Maltesers in Moscow. I can buy a can of Coke in Moscow. I can have lamb chops. This food market that I went to is just insane. I wish I could film it, but it's impossible to get permission to do that because the guys there are just crazy and all over the place. I love that about Russia, Yeah, it's not anonymous. It's Anonymous. Mrs. Anonymous. I wonder if it's a lady or a man that did that last donation alerts. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. It'll bother me forever because no one's said anything to me or commented or even, mentioned it. This summer as well, do you have plans to be in St. Peter's at the same time? I've sanctioned Ivan said he's going to be in St. Pete this summer. I do chat to him occasionally on Telegram. I met up with him twice when he first came back from Turkey. I know we don't actually live that far down the road from each other. I do watch his videos as well. I'm sure he watches my videos. I don't have any plans to go to St. Petersburg in terms of a holiday. My wife wants us to go to Ufa to visit her family. So yeah, going there for the day on Wednesday. I know what day I've got to go. Wednesday night, I've got to be at the airport. I don't even know who I'm meeting at the airport because there's another person's name on the ticket, and I don't know who that is, and I'm sure he doesn't know who I am either. So, and the person that I'm really meeting is flying from the other airport, Shevrementova, to St. Petersburg. So I'm not even meeting that person that I know. But it's fine. I'll figure it out. Guess more Easter, more people knows less English. I'm not sure what that is. Much dog. Easter, more people knows less English and much Chinese. I don't know. You can fly with Emirates from America to Dubai. I'm not sure about Qatar Airways. You could fly as well. Etihad, any of those three major Middle Eastern airlines, you can get basically you fly to Dubai with Emirates and fly anywhere in the world. Watch cricket. And what time are you in Moscow right now? Yes, I do watch cricket. Yeah, it's currently 2:25 p.m. here in Moscow. Yeah, I do watch the cricket when it's on. I've really just watched the test matches that were the Ashes now. I think there's another one coming up this week. It's the fourth test. I think it's Wednesday it's on, I think. Yes, I don't really watch any of the other short form cricket matches. Hello to metalheads in the chat. Oh, what's happened? Oh, gosh. Everything has just gone crazy. Let me just move my mouse over a little. that's better. No, taking Qatar Airways. Yes. Love you. Thank you. If you're saying that to me, thank you so much. That's very nice. I am moving my head around a lot because I look at the other screen over here. And then the camera is right above the chat, which is right here. So I have tried to have it where I feel like I'm looking at the camera. I think I've got it as good as possible. Do you know the Australian language? Like the slang words. When I was in Kyrgyzstan meeting Gleb, I was teaching some slang words, like the petrol station is called a servo. Going for brekkie instead of breakfast. A lot of Australian words that would be English Australian words are slang words or shortened words. And I was doing my best to teach him as many as possible. How do you make sure you're fitting in the screen while filming yourself with a phone? The phone I have has a very wide angle lens. It's got quite a few lenses. And I use the ultra wide angle. I intentionally got this phone. This is actually also pretty much YouTube donations. So donation alerts and super sticker, super thanks. Bought this phone, and my wife was actually the other major contributor to buying it. So thanks to everybody who watches the YouTube channel. Also, I just know the framing when I make the videos as well. So it's a matter of knowing what the framing is of your lens to know that you're in the shot. And then also use a little selfie stick, which I don't have here. That would be in the shot as well. It's a pity that we don't have as big metal festivals like Wacken in Russia. There are a lot of people enjoying metal here. No, sorry, that's too funny. You did not go out of your own free will to Russia like you were transported as punishment. Yes, right. Like all the English that got sent to Australia. Yes. It was the Westville Carousel that I mean. Did I miss William something? Yeah, I used to work at the Coles at Carousel, by the way, or in Cannington. Yes, that was my favorite place that I worked while I was in Australia during that year and a half we were there. The Coles in Cannington was very cool. All the staff that I work with there, obviously you're there a lot of hours, so you get to know people very well. So yeah, Debbie is the girl that works in the dairy section. Very, very nice people. Any Americans here? I don't know. I think a couple of people mentioned they're from the US that were watching. So do I know Bald and Bankrupt's channel? Yes, I do. Yes, I've watched his videos. He's Benjamin Rich is his name, or Benjamin. I always call, like Jamaican Ben is called Benjamin. Benjamin. Yes, I do know his channel. I really couldn't mimic what he's doing. I'm not really into going to kind of towns and trying. He does sometimes show the bad parts of places, even though he's in a good town and good place and good city. He's got a knack of showing a little bit of the wrong parts of Russia, if that's right to say. If you like that kind of style of videos, another person that's in the chat quite a lot and on the Telegram channel is a channel called B Road Russia with Sam from Vladimir. He's a British guy that lives in Vladimir. He's doing kind of something similar to that, but not exactly the same. But if you like that kind of stuff. I love when you do the stores so you can see the differences between the US and that they need to find somewhere here to do the same here for a stream so people can watch it and we can yeah, right. I guess you're talking about somebody in America doing store videos versus me doing it in Russia. I know there's people that do Costco videos. A lot of people tend to do clothing haul videos. I don't think there's too many people that do Walmart videos, but you can find them on YouTube, but they're not as many. Pobede, probably. No, not Pobede. Yes, Aeroflot. Now I know. It's not Pobede. Pobede is an airline, if anyone doesn't know, that flies in and out of Russia. But tried making a pavlova over here. No, I haven't. My wife knows about pavlovas or pavs. She really likes trifles, by the way. She got into that from my mum making trifles. From Vancouver. Yeah, this is an interesting question, Infinity. Will when you get to the 100K, will you ship your silver play button to Russia or Australia? They don't ship to Russia, the play buttons, any longer. So it will end up going to my parents' address in Australia. So my wife is making that excuse now that we could go to Australia to go pick up the play button and bring it back to Russia. You can actually order a second one and pay a fee to order a second one and bring one here and have one in Russia and have one in Australia. So my wife's got all these great excuses to do that. So yes, it won't come to Moscow, which is a shame, but I just have to kind of put up with that. Thank you again, Jim, for the super chat. How is New Year's Eve in Moscow? Now, the last few New Year's Eves, we've gone to friends' houses, and it's pretty much the tradition. Actually, when we were in our other apartment, we had friends come to our place. And the last few in a row, we've gone to our friends here in Aprelivka, where I live. And we go for a kind of a big meal and lots of food and drinks. And then at midnight, you watch the president's address to the nation. I would imagine he records it a few hours earlier. Because if you look at the weather in the background where he's filming it, because he goes out on the roof of somewhere, I think, it pretty much matches the weather in Moscow at the time. So everybody watches his speech, and then there's the playing of the national anthem. And then normally, everybody in the whole of Russia lets off fireworks. So you don't have to go anywhere to watch a fireworks display. You just need to look out from your window somewhere. Although I think they've kind of banned it now. There's still people doing it. So yeah, pretty much you just do something similar. You know, in Australia, we'd go to someone's New Year's Eve party. You just do it at home, sit down meal, lots of food. And it all leads up to the midnight chiming of the clock in Red Square. So everyone in the whole of Russia does that, by the way. They watch that same feed and news. And then on New Year's Day, you end up going back and eating all the leftover food. And then they've got this kind of all-day concert on TV. And on some of the channels, it's all the old nostalgic Russian movies and TV shows on. And then they've got this lottery during the day where everyone buys tickets to this one lottery drawing. And it kind of goes on the whole day, the drawing. They do it very slowly over about 6 hours, all the numbers for this lottery that you can win this big payout. And most people just nostalgically do it and have no hope of winning, but that's how New Year's Eve is. Thank you, Jim, for that question. I learned how to type in Russian using regular QWERTY keyboard. Windows 10 gives an option to install something called the Russian keyboard. Thank you. Yeah, I've never done that. I know this keyboard I bought in Moscow, so it should do that. Good question. I hope so. Infinity. Longing for the day that I'm in Russia with my cats. Okay, I won't read that out. Did your arms get tired? Do your arms get tired? I guess filming you're talking about. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes they do. I tend to take little breaks between filming and don't hold the camera up as much as often. Boosty is an option, or RuTube if you consider to move your content. Also, there's some rumors about Telegram rolling out monetization. If they do that, that would be cool, Nikita. By the way, hello to you. Yeah, I did donation alerts because it's similar to Boosty. Well, not similar, but similar. And donation alerts kind of is something that a lot of Russian streamers use and gamers use. So it's worked for what the purpose is. RuTube, I've never thought about. I've looked into it. It seems to not get anywhere near the views as YouTube does for now. Wouldn't be surprised if I see Russell somewhere like Radisson Royal Ships. Yeah, I've been on one with my wife for a lunch a few times. Don't know about working on them, but oh, there you go. Lamb is more popular in Caucasian Russian in southern Russia. Just got off the Carnival Mardi Gras. Yo fo fi. Hello. Crowded but loved it. Yes. Yeah, I've got friends that are on the celebration right now, working in the shops. Not on the Mardi Gras, but on the celebration. I'd imagine they'll end up going to the Jubilee as well when it comes out. Crowded, but you loved it. Yeah, I think obviously there's a much bigger passenger count on the newer Carnival ships. If you could get to visit Galinsky Park in Krasnodar, it's considered one of the most beautiful parks in not only Russia, but Europe. You should check it out. Thanks. Galinsky Park. Thank you, Alex. I'll have to have a look. Bowls must be made in Uzbekistan, judging by the... Yes, Uzbekistan. I think you're right. Yeah, my wife was chatting to the guy when we were... We really only, honestly, imagine going to Russia's biggest food market just for one item, and you end up coming home with bags of stuff. And we found this bowl, and there's a whole, actually... Oh, I don't think you can see, but on the kitchen counter, you can't see them. There's a whole lot of different ones that my wife bought. Some bigger soup bowls. These are kind of like little candy dishes. And this was only 100 rubles, $1 something, $1.50, $1.70, depending on what currency. 100 rubles for this, by the way. They were very cheap. Yes, there's no picture on the floor anymore. Yes, it's gone. My wife also... there was actually one also hanging over here by the kitchen sink, which was here from the previous owner, which was like a clock, and that's gone as well. Yes. I've never been to Vladivostok. No, I would like to go and do that train ride or do the flight across, obviously the longest flight in Russia as well. You can try to visit Northern River Station. Yes. Vitsnoy Vaksal. Or the opposite direction, Southern River Station. Yuzhny Rechnoy Vaksal. These spots are quite interesting. Yes, I've been to Northern River Station. The southern one, I think, is the new one that opened, right? I have done a video at Friendship Park at Park Druzhby. It's on the channel. I'm not sure what it's called, that title of that video, but I've done a video at Park Druzhby, though. And I think the thumbnail looks, I think it says something like Russia's Central Park. What's your glass, Russell? Coke, or it's actually Chernogolovka. Chernogolovka Baikal. Thank you for the reminder. Actually, the bottle is behind right here on the shelf. I put it in the fridge last night because I bought it on the way home. And then this morning it was too cold to drink, so I put it back on the kitchen table. I think Muslim predominant religions of Russia prefer lamb. Yeah, also in Kyrgyzstan as well, there's a lot of Muslim. The population is a lot. There's a lot more Muslims in Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, Southern Rivers is the brand new one. Yes, if I remember correctly. I love Russian food, so much choice. I was impressed, and underground in Moscow, absolutely beautiful. Yes. Completely agree with you. Yeah, the Moscow Metro and the different stations. It's a beautiful place. It was built in mixed Soviet and Italian style. Yeah, it looks like an Italian palazzo. Yeah, I'll agree with that, Volgrath. Absolutely. Yeah, the building and the kind of the spires of the building, I guess. Kvass is a Russian drink that's hugely popular, and I don't really like it. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, X5 Group is well known. Popular Russian non-alcoholic drink made with wheat. It's like beer. Yeah, it's like a non-alcoholic beer. That's probably the best description. And it's kind of, it would have to be far more popular than like a Coke or a Pepsi in terms of the Russian culture here. Nice to see you again. I hope to see you at the opening of Rostix. I was wearing an orange jacket then. I hope to see you at the Rostix opening. I was wearing an orange jacket. Klima. I don't remember now, but I do meet a lot of people, and I feel bad that I don't remember people. Somebody yesterday at the bus station with my wife come up to me, starts talking Russian to me, and I'm like, I don't speak Russian, I don't understand. And my wife's like, she like slaps me on the arm and says, Russell, this guy lives in our building in a Prelivka. And I felt so bad because he came right up to me, like literally to my face, like, and I get a little bit intimidated by when people do that, thinking they want to sell me something or do something or say something. My wife's like, he lives in our building, and I felt so bad. Starting to visit a few other places. See you at Westfield Carousel again. Yes. Yeah, I went there once when we were in Australia during those 9 days, and I went into Coles to have a walk around, and I met the duty manager at the time. Most of the other people weren't working that few hours that I was there, which is a bit of a shame, but it was nice to have a wander around. And my wife wanted to go shopping at Uniqlo there and all those different shops. And I went across the car park to the, I don't know the name of the photo. There's a photo shop or a camera store across the car park from Westfield that I went to. But based on brown bread. Yes, tastes great, but there's a warning. It's yeast-based, so it can get you a little bit tipsy if it's well fermented, right? Sorry if it's personal, but how did you end up in Kyrgyzstan? Yes, so my neighbor here, Gleb, who's not my neighbor at the moment because he's now in Kyrgyzstan, he invited me to come there for a week. He said, just come for 2 or 3 days, and I came for a whole week because it was more than enough time. He said that we'd run out of things to do, but it was fine. So yeah, I just took a flight there, 4 hours each way, visa-free entry for Australians. Very easy to get to and from there. We rented a car for 3 days to go to the Lake Izikul, famous lake there. Just imagine that the MCG, also known as the G, is one of the biggest arenas in the world. Oh, yes, there you go. I've got the same amount of subscribers as the G, right? The MCG, yes. Yeah, we've got Perth. Well, it's Optus Stadium in Perth, and then when the cricket's on there, it's called Perth Stadium. I don't know if you know that, Alex. It's very strange that because of the naming rights and the conflict with Cricket Australia, they've got to call it a different name for different events. Hello from rainy St. Petersburg. Yes, it looks like it's drizzling outside. It's not raining now, but Hello, Russell, and how long have you come to Russia, or have you moved completely? By the way, I recommend visiting the Yandex head office. I don't know how I'd visit the Yandex head office, but it would be kind of cool if I could. If anyone knows anybody's cousins, brothers, friends, auntie, Alexander, that would be pretty cool. One of Google's competitors. Yeah, I know Yandex very well. We haven't moved here completely. We did when we came here 2 years ago. We said we're here temporarily because obviously family wants us to be in Australia, or my family does. So it's kind of, we've not made that 100% decision in both countries. We're both still undecided, and it's difficult because there's a lot of factors into living in either country, permanently, if you want to call it that. Love the electric ferry video. Thank you. How did you get 50 people, presumably mostly Russians, to agree to being filmed and giving a hello? Yes. So this is kind of funny, after waiting. Yeah, so I didn't mention it in the video. We were in line for 4 hours. And it really looks like I wasn't in line for 4 hours because I didn't film, obviously, 99% of that waiting in line part. But essentially, all the people that were in front of me, let's say 25 people in front of me, 25 people behind me, we kind of got to know each other slowly through lining up. And then we had a lot of problems in the last half an hour before getting on with people pushing in line. And obviously, I don't know the language to yell at people about who were pushing in line. And I imagine that's why we waited 4 hours. I reckon at least an hour of wasted in line was people pushing in front of us and taking our place, because it was only 50 people at a time on each ferry. And that line was huge when I first got there. I should have known to not stay in line, but I was okay with it. Turned out to be a really nice day. So yeah, when I walked on the ferry, I was kind of last to get on there because I wanted to film things, and I was waited all day to film it. So literally the people that were already sat down in the ferry knew me from being in the line and defending each other against people pushing in. So that's why it does seem a little bit forced that people said hello to me. But quite genuinely, the few people that were right in front of me, like 2 or 3 people, there was 2 girls that I chatted to most of the day. There was school students, and the older ladies that were kind of a big group of ladies that all came together as well, and some other kids and so on. So yeah, I felt like I knew all of them. And then when we got off at the other end, we all ended up walking to the metro to come home as well. So it was like a family thing by the end. So yeah, it's just an interesting. There's more of a backstory video than the actual video itself. What's your favorite music? I don't listen to music, Alex. Are there any Russian musicians, singers, or bands that you know? Or maybe no, I don't. My wife has got Spotify on her phone that it's connected through my Australian Spotify account, so she's very happy that I can pay for Spotify every month for her. So yeah, I don't listen to any Russian music at all, unfortunately. Okay, so you went to St. Basil's on Thursday, paid 1,000 rubles, could take pictures and film normally with the phone. So maybe it's just a part of the entry fee. I'm almost certain before it was like 2 different prices. But thank you, Joanna. Even in store-bought kvass, 1.5% alcohol is not alcoholic beer. 0.5. That's probably why all the kids love kvass, because they get that kind of little bit of a buzz from it, I guess, if you drink enough of it. I see hearts popping up on the chat, by the way, and they kind of just scroll. They don't come up on the screen when I'm doing the live stream here, but somebody maybe is clicking hearts or thumbs ups, and they kind of just flash through the live stream. I don't know if anyone wants to do that to show it to anybody else, but oh, there's a couple now. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that does for overall for the live stream, but thank you. I do know Kylie Minogue. I don't know about her new song. For some reason, she's underrated in the US, very popular in Europe and in Russia. Yes, Kylie Minogue is probably more known in the UK from the time that she was on Australian soap TV shows. She was on one called Neighbours with Jason Donovan, who's also very famous in the UK. But yeah, and she's also got a sister, Dannii Minogue, as well, who's very well known. Well, not as well known as Kylie Minogue, but I don't know her new song though. But not cheap meat. But Welsh lamb is more expensive. I don't know why. Yeah, lamb is not cheap in Australia for sure as well. Oh, thank you. I see now lots of smiley faces on the other screen over here. Thank you so much. It's cool to see them like flashing by. Do you know quarter called Butsova? Yes, I know an area called Butsova in Russia, or in Moscow, I guess. I don't know every micro district in Moscow. I think even most people, if I tell them that I live in a Prelivka, people don't know it. I think with the new train line, the MCD4 starting from a Prelivka to the northeast of Moscow, it's probably known because of that. Suffered a lot in Perth and climate, but can't move for family reasons. Couldn't live there. Yeah, in summer it gets very hot. Yeah, it's very dry in Perth though. It's very Mediterranean climate, so it's a much drier heat than maybe in Brisbane, which is further north on the east coast of Australia. Oh, thank you. Lots of hearts and smiley faces coming now. Thank you. When I quite a lot of years ago, when I kind of came back from working on cruise ships, I had this huge whiskey collection that I'd bought duty-free bottles over the years. And I sold a couple of Johnny Walker bottles to somebody, and he lived north of the river, like really on the other side of Perth from where I live. And I convinced my dad to come for a drive for the day, and we went to a burger place for lunch. And we went to this guy's house, and he had the biggest Johnny Walker collection you've ever seen. All the rooms, in the lounge room, in the hallway, in the bedroom, in his like games room, he had whiskeys, like particularly Johnny Walkers. and he was an absolute collector of Johnny Walker whiskeys. I don't think he has a YouTube channel, but it was pretty cool. Yes, Moscovich Factory. Is that where I went? I wonder. Did I get this at the Moscovich Factory? Yeah, piece of art. Limited edition. I think, well, it's not anymore because my wife opened and drunk it. Your live videos are the best, by the way. Thank you so much. Great chat, guys. Yeah, I hope it's nice chatting. We're going to go for 20 minutes at the stroke of right now. Exactly 90 minutes, 59 seconds more. So yeah, if you want to do any kind of super chats with questions, donation alerts, I'm not sure what else. The SberBank is another popular way that people send donations as well. They tend to be a lot more not when I do live streams. So people probably watch a video. The only thing with doing the SberBank one is not people don't put a description. So it'd be nice if people just tell me who they are or thank you or whatever. Now there's like fireworks, hearts, 100%. Wow, that's cool. But a little bit later. VK Festival at the moment. Yes, it is. Right. The VK Festival, is it this weekend or next weekend, I think? I can't remember what the date of it is. It's a huge, like bands and music there. Perth wasn't humid. It's like the Mediterranean. Yes, dry heat with the aircon. Frio Doctor. Yes. The Fremantle Doctor is a famous sea breeze that we get in Perth in the afternoons that cools down the summer heat. Yes. By the way, thanks for doing this live early. A much better time for Southern Hemisphere. Also, Wimbledon women's final is on later, so there's not clashing. Yes, I wasn't sure what time the Wimbledon starts. I know the UK is 3 hours earlier. So I imagine it'll be soonish that the Wimbledon women's final will be on. There was almost going to be like a world disaster, right? If the Ukrainian and the Belarusian was going to make the final. And obviously that didn't come about because there was going to be a bit of a craziness if that happened. And obviously Russia Rabkina won it. Rabakina. And there was a band in the 80s called Gorky Park. It's two parks united in one. It's Muzon and Gorky Park. Yes. The place which kind of separates the parks is the bridge. In two is Andrews Bridge. Is it called Andrews Bridge? I thought that was the Crimean Bridge. But I know the bridge you're talking about because that's the one I take when I come from the metro station to walk to Gorky Park. Yes. I'm sad that Scorpion has decided on tour. What? Decided on tour to change lyrics of their Wind of Change song, which speaks of Gorky Park, but I stopped. Wow. Greg, if that's true, that's crazy. Announce pronunciation. Thank you. I think that's me. What do you like the most about? Yes, about living in Russia. Yeah, I should do like what do I love the most and what do I not love the most? But I feel like I would kind of upset people by doing the things I don't like. Don't forget about Neshkushki Siad. Yes, that's the one where you walk into the forest further around, walking towards, walking towards Vorovyevo and Sparrow Hill. I think that's right. About your Russell, tell foreigners about your medical system in Russia if of course you had to use it. Yes, I've never had to use it. I've been once when I did my knee, or I did very bad things to my knee. My wife's used it a few times when she's been ill. We have a local hospital literally walking distance from our place. And actually it has a new children's wing, which opened a few years ago. But yes, there is a very good healthcare system in place here. Obviously, to a point, depending on where you live in Russia, there's different levels of the quality of the service. You also have private healthcare here as well and doctors and things like that. But the healthcare is free. The same in Australia. Healthcare is free if you choose free public healthcare. The same thing, there's lines for everything if you want quicker service or not. And how long have you come to Russia, or have you moved? Oh, am I reading the same things? Do you speak Russian? A little bit. Malenki по-русски. I even got lost there once when I visited to the youth there about 3 years ago. Yes, you could get lost there, especially if you walk further into the back of Gorky Park. Hello, Shogun Crypto. Hello. Do you watch athletics? There's not a lot of athletics to watch on live streaming. I guess the Olympics is about the only thing I watch athletics-wise. I've never really watched it on TV at all. There's a million other sports I can find and watch. Bro Charm, hello. None of the above. I've ever filmed in Fixed Price. Alex, is pretty much the only place I've not filmed a video in is Fixed Price. Going to Leroy Merlin last week. I hadn't been there for a long time either. I'd done one in Obi, now in Fixed Price. Now in Leroy Merlin. It's pretty much, it's like Dollar Tree. We've got 2 Fixed Prices in my town. One, I'd have to go to the other window now. In this apartment, we've got a window facing both directions. I can see the sign of the Fixed Price, the new one that's open. The old one's right by the train station. Very different contrasting stores, by the way. One is just crazy, mixed up, everything everywhere. And then this one that's the new one is very nice and organized and tidy. I definitely should make a Fixed Price video because it's a good Russian typical store. Sevastopol, Crimea. Oh, hello. Здравствуйте, Seth. You have a very English name to be living in Sevastopol. Surely a decade ago in Paris for whiskey shows, traveling with us, and sometimes it was hard to understand all the guys speaking. Yes, we speak very quickly, and we talk. We're kind of doing 2 conversations at once sometimes. I can imagine the first time. My wife is the same. When we were in Australia at my sister and husband's house, my brother-in-law with the kids, we're all sitting down. We're all just talking about 12 things at the same time. My wife has no idea what's going on. It was very nice to watch your wife walk in the flower park. Yes, when we went to see the lilacs. Yeah, that was a really nice day, by the way. These are the few times that I get to have it's like a date night. And like yesterday was the last date night where we went to Food City. Because she knows I like going there. Even if I don't really go shopping there, I can just walk around. I like retail and shops and businesses in general. Yes, so we kind of did that for her, and then for me, she came to see Food City with me. Only speak Malenki по-русски. Would you like to visit Korea sometime? Some beautiful views. Yes. My wife went there a lot when she was young, with her aunties, with her parents. I think it would be interesting to see, particularly summertime with the weather the way it is down there. Did you make a trip around the Russian Golden Ring? I've been there with my wife and some good friends. We drove to Zuzdal, and I made the one video, which was the apartment tour where we stayed. I think it was like the Russian Airbnb video. It's one of the first ones on the channel. So if you sort by the most popular and go to the very bottom with the least popular, there's like a Russian Airbnb thumbnail that I did. But yeah, again, because we spent time with friends, we were there for 3 days. I didn't really film because I'm more of a person that films on my own rather than with other people around. Norway in the house. Oh, Dave, hello. Nice weather in Sommerlens today. Off to the park soon. See you soon. Hopefully weather will be better. Yes. I think you've got the nice weather down where you are, and we've got the English weather here in Moscow today. Maybe you brought the weather with you. I've been watching videos from Ghana. and you are really good, doing a great job. Can't wait to come to Moscow to study. Oh, there we go. Oh, my wife is home. Jen, do you want to say hello to everybody? Oh, there you go.
Hello.
You have to come to the microphone if you want to.
Hello.
Come closer. Come on.
Russell.
And we can watch the live chat now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Plus 30 in Novosibirsk. What? Russians are friendly once you get to know them. Initially, it's difficult. Once you gain their trust and their understanding, it's different. Ooh, let's just move that around a bit. My wife's come home between clients for lunch or late lunch. Pobeda is a subsidiary of Aeroflot. Oh, there we go. Bold does not show the wrong parts. Am I reading the comments too slow here? Bold does not show the wrong parts of Russia. That's preposterous. Bold tends to reflect an older Soviet characteristics of a community. By the way, I do enjoy your channel. Thank you. Yeah, Mark, I guess it's how you perceive it from inside Russia or outside Russia. I completely agree with your comment and how you've explained it. Yeah, I guess the wrong parts is probably the wrong word that I've said, but yeah, it tends to show that Soviet side, yes. But then a lot of people think that's all of Russia, right? And it's like me going to Kyrgyzstan and showing some of the, the pre-Soviet parts of Kyrgyzstan and Bishkek, and then going to the shopping center and showing, all the modern stores and the modern supermarkets, and it's a polar opposite in the same town, Someone wants to know, why do I prefer Russia over Australia, Jen?
I don't know why.
My wife doesn't know why. News report about Moscow's flavors of Russia fair. Yes, that's going on around Moscow right now. Concept was to present different local cuisines of Russian regions. Yes, I went last week to go check it out, and there are so many people at this. The one that's in Moscow in the center of Moscow by Red Square is just packed with people. I'd have to go midweek to not feel like it's as crazy there. Do I know Baklakov? I don't know him personally, but I've watched his videos. He's actually from Ufa, the same town as my wife. Yes, yeah, he's in St. Petersburg now, right? He does live streams and walking around. It's Russian bloke streaming in English, also about cities in Russia. Yes, he was originally from Ufa. Or districts with a large number of buildings. You can get in trouble sometimes if your entertainment causes a fire. Yes, that's true, Nikita. Cool chat. Thank you, Greg. If you've gone already, I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow behind the live chat. Thank you so much for being here. Greetings from France. Yes. Right now, I think VK Video is a much better platform than RooTube. Yes. This is what I've heard. I want to ask you, what makes me different and successful, Jen? My wife should answer all these questions, not me. I guess that English-speaking perspective of things that I've filmed. I think that's what makes those both questions answered. What's been your most favorite place to see in the world? Wow, that's crazy. I've been to South Africa twice. That was very cool. Everywhere in the world has got something quite unique and different from the next place. So especially even all the people in the chat now are from completely different places. I know David in Italy there. I've always said after cruising in Europe and the Mediterranean, the only place I would choose to go back to is Italy. That's one place that I would easily go back to. Andre, thank you so much for the donation alerts. It's working for dance lessons in Gorky Park. Thank you so much. That'll get me there on the metro. That's what I should do. I should just say metro tickets instead of donation alerts. For dance lessons, dance lessons are free, right? I guess the metro isn't free to get there, but you just have to have that will to go down the steps to those dance platforms where they're dancing there. Thank you, Andre. That's very nice of you to send donation alerts. It's really very nice. I'm never enter big markets on your empty stomach, or you'll try to make a grocery list. Yes, this was yesterday, Nikita, as well. We had lunch first, and then we still bought lots of things, but we bought less things because we had lunch first. Not for you. Nevertheless, I'm impressed by your dedication. Thank you. I'm sorry, Gwen, that I do answer most comments. I'm sorry. Where people ask me things, I guess I should just plainly do it as only super chats and only donation alerts, questions that I'll answer. And I'll wait for the next donation before I do it. I know that's a thing that's popular on YouTube. I'm not really like that, though. Is anyone from Australia in here? I don't. Oh, there's people from Australia watching. I don't know if they plan to come to Russia. Do you get vanilla Coca-Cola in Russia? Yes, there is vanilla. Not vanilla. Well, you can get vanilla Coke if I go to somewhere like Food City or some of the markets. The Dobra Cola now has a vanilla one as well. Just found it again here in Melbourne. I like it. Not sure. Yeah, I don't really personally like it, by the way. I like cream soda, though. Bozo, drink with millet, Kyrgyz beer. Yeah, I didn't drink any of the local beer. They have kvass on almost every street corner in Bishkek. Did your wife travel down under? Yes, she's been a few times to Australia. 3 times she's been to Australia. Huh? Yes, 3 times. No notion. No notion. Hello, sup? Oh, you can contact PR for Yandex, and they'll make you a tour around their office. So-called public access area. Ooh, thank you, Nikita. Personally, go for Tahoon. Tahoon is $4 or $5. Wow, that's big price difference. This is the Chernogolovka Baikal, which is basically cola with a hint of pine cone. Mm. My wife is like rushing to make lunch between her different clients. Wish you could visit Russia. Yes. So, William, William, catch up with Siberian Freedom. I know he's in a chat group that I created for your English-speaking Russian YouTubers. Russian Homestead Girl is well and truly back in Novosibirsk and where they live. It says that they were there yesterday. I met them 3 weeks ago. Jen, when was I in Moscow meeting the Australian family? It was before I went to Kyrgyzstan. It have to be 3 weeks ago that I met them. They were there for 2 days in Moscow. They also went to St. Petersburg. So they're 3 or 4 weeks behind their uploads of their videos. So yes, I definitely met the family. I posted a photo on my Telegram channel that I met them. We walked around Red Square and the local parks nearby. And they also met subscribers that knew them. They didn't know me, the subscribers, but they knew them. I bet you've heard of Tattoo. Speaking of popular, have you heard of Tattoo, Jen?
Sorry?
Tattoo. Tatu. Speaking of Russian popular music. My wife knows it. I don't know it. What do I like about Russia and what do I don't? Wow, long questions. There's not many things I don't like about Russia. People pushing in line at the bus stop, getting on the metro, lining up for that electric tram. That's what I don't like about Russia. But it's Russian style, and I just have to put up with it. So, reactions is like sort of a genre now. Favorite Russian drink is Kizil. Kizil is not a drink. It's more like a soup. Oh, sorry about that. Are there any good things in Australia you miss? Tim Tams. Stop saying, my wife says, stop saying Tim Tams. If anybody wants my wife to be on a live stream, let me know. Where is my poll? Is the poll ended? Start a poll. Should my wife be on a live stream?
Have you asked your wife at first?
No, I'm going to confuse people by we're doing no and yes this way. Let's see what the poll is. Hello, Russell Spand. Hello. Hello from Sydney. Please love seeing your adventures. Thank you. What are your professional interests? Professional interests. I worked in retail all my life, so anything retail related and like that. I'm a student, got administration. How's it for students? I don't know how it is for students here. I imagine it's good. I don't know. I can't answer that really. Hello to everybody. Andre. Yes, sorry, I'm a bit slow. Oh, that donation alert thing pops up literally 2 inches from where I'm looking. Dance lessons in Gorky Park. Let's see how many votes the yes and no are. I put no to confuse you. I wonder if people will get confused. Do you play computer games? I play Sim Airport. That's the only game I play. If you are respectful and explain why you don't like it, it'll be okay. Yeah, I guess if the reason I don't like Russia video. I think you'd make a great roving reporter for some news channels. Thank you. Yeah, that would be kind of cool, like an English-speaking one. Yeah, there we go. Muzon and Gorky Park separated by the Kreminsky Bridge. Andrew Bridge, right. Are ambulances free like in Queensland? They're not free in Perth, by the way. I'm in a Prelivka. I'm not sure. I'm behind on the chat here. Australians medical care is a joke. Wow. Yeah, I guess it's how you interact with it or how you use it. I haven't been to Moscow in 55 years. Why are you here? Maybe the lady behind me can answer why I'm here. Yes. Right. Yes. Alexandrievsky separates Gorky Park and there we go. So Andrews Bridge and the Crimean Bridge are the two bridges there, right? Yeah, we all pay for it in taxes, right? How to write to screen. You can just type something. Andre. Hello, Russell. Peter, how's it going? I'm not sure which Peter you are, but if you're my Uncle Peter, if you're Peter in northeast of Moscow, hello. Impressed with your videos. Thank you very much. Belly laughs with Mark and Cara. You don't have an Australian accent. Yeah, I guess it's not very strong when I speak in English, like on live streams on the videos. Would I recommend a fellow Aussie moving to Russia in today's climate? That's really up to you. I mean, if you're adventurous in terms of getting on the plane and doing it, if you've maybe traveled in Europe, you could kind of compare a little bit of Europe with Russia, Russia with Europe. I mean, it's still Europe, of course. That's people tell me Russia's not Europe. There again, I was in Kyrgyzstan, and it's considered in Asia. So my wife's laughing in the background. Grey Wolf. Hello, Mrs. Russell. There you go. Just hit 10 p.m. here. Oh, there we go. It's just after 3 here. Like that you do. We have an amateur adult hockey team in Moscow. Do you want to have a training with us? I probably can't play hockey unless it's field hockey. Ice hockey I wouldn't be able to do in my life because I can't ice skate. It'd be pretty cool to come and see it though. I wonder if it's field hockey. Wow, 41 degrees in Athens. 17 in Moscow right now, 17 Celsius. Russell Russells are friendly when they know you. Russians are friendly when they know you. Don't like answering my questions. Sergey, sorry if you've... Is that the first question you've asked? Your wife is from Ufa. Respect. You don't have to reply to my comments. Oh. What is your job in Australia? Well, when I was working in Australia, I was working in supermarkets doing merchandising, and I was also doing new store openings. So building the shelving and the merchandising of the new supermarket openings. And also I did that also for 7-Eleven petrol stations as well. Taratula, hello, how are you? I'm doing well. Now my wife's home, I might end up getting something to eat. I wonder. Or I think I might be dreaming. I was there at Fixed Price yesterday, and what surprised me is that the fact that they had original Coca-Cola. Said that it was made in Uzbekistan. Yes. Yeah, they have Coca-Cola in a lot of places now. Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Georgia. At Food City yesterday, I had the one from Iran. Actually, we had a Georgian one and an Iran one, but there was stuff from everywhere. But have you already been to the main cathedral of Russian? Yeah, this is, what's the name of the Patriot Park? It looks very much like a construction from Warhammer 40K or something. Yes, I've not made a video at Patriot Park. I went there with my wife last year. Remember we went there, Jen? To Patriot Park. And she loved the church part of it and the museum. And then we went to see the military equipment. There's a museum with planes, helicopters, tanks, all sorts of things. And that's a lot to see in the same day. So is Coca-Cola different in Russia? In Kyrgyzstan, it's, well, I think Coca-Cola is the same around most countries. I think it's really down to the specific sugar that they use. Like in America, they use high fructose corn syrup. The Kyrgyzstan one is definitely more fizzier and it's got more gas and more when you open the bottle. The ones like the ones that are in Moscow now are not as gassy. I'm just wondering why that is. I don't know. You're from the US. I'm very impressed. I'm paying attention and you should do them more often. Thank you, David. Yeah, I wanted to do them once per week. I mean, could I do them every night for an hour or on a time frame? That would be difficult if I could do that, but yeah, you're impressed with it. Has so much for children. Yes, that's very true. Parks everywhere, playgrounds, everywhere you go. Mark and Curry is very true. It's very much focused around children, the little schools and kindergartens. Do I benefit anything from the Aussie ruble currency rate at the moment? Well, I do if I bring Aussie dollars to Russia. Yes, because it's now gone up to over 60 for $1. If I was to send rubles to Australia, I would lose considerably in the reverse. So bringing Aussie dollars here, I definitely gain from that increase. It's basically where it was around 52, 53, 55. It was good. Now it's 60. It's even better. So many malls, museums, theaters, water parks, and restaurants. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but people want me to film park videos right now, so I'm trying to do those when it's nice and when it clears up. Someone said, don't do shopping mall videos. So I really don't know. I can never win with what to film when it's rainy days. I do want to go to, what's the theme park in Moscow, Jen? The theme park. That's indoors. The indoor theme park. I want to go to that. Whatever it's called, it's the theme park inside a building. You should have made one for your wife. My wife always wants different things to what I want, so. Banana Coke. When we was in Kyrgyzstan, my friend Gleb got like a banana milk, like a banana flavored milk that he bought to drink. Do you like Coca-Cola so much that you talk about it all the time? I drank it a lot before living here. pretty much the only soda that I would have bought in Australia in terms of buying one to drink. What native English-speaking blogs do you watch about Russia? I don't really watch really too many YouTubers. I guess Ellie from Russia does very nice videos. If anyone knows Ellie from Russia. My friend Sam, so Sam's Russian Adventures. He's got 2 channels now. One, and the second one is B Road Russia. Why do I love Russia more than many of us? I answered a lot. So, have you been to? Have you seen a laundromat in Russia yet? No, I haven't seen laundromats. About it, very funny. Only asked because of the washing machine in dining room, which was highly unusual. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Yeah, in this apartment, the washing machine's in the bathroom, and that's pretty much normal, really. I haven't seen laundromats. I guess there is laundromats somewhere to wash like heavier kind of things like blankets and things like that. But we don't know of one. I asked my wife and she doesn't know one either. I love the group Tattoo, especially when they collaborated with Ramstein. Hello from Murmansk. My professional background, I didn't finish high school, and that's it. Yes, literally, I finished, well, I guess till the secondary certificate of high school, and then you get your final one. So you do year 8 through 10 and get the secondary certificate. And then when you do 11 and 12, then you get your high school graduation certificate, I guess. I didn't finish that. Here for love. Thank you. I got to punch. I got to punch a dart. No worries. Take a walk around the city with a broadcast. Well, we are waiting for more tourist trips along the Volga. Guess in the survey should be added one more thing if she wants to. Should my wife be in? So 81% said you should be on a live stream, 68 votes, and 19% said you shouldn't be, Jen. So 81% said yes. So that seems like a yes. If she wants to is the other question, yes. When you get back from your short trip, we can video conference call and I'll explain the whole. Oh, okay. Thank you, Grey Wolf. That would be cool. The Grey Wolf Project. Thank you. Hopefully it's not like some sort of crypto marketing scheme or what do you call those? Pyramid schemes. I'm sure it's not. You seem too nice for that. Hello. Hi from Ufa to Yelka. It must be it. 20 degrees in South Africa. Thanks so much for a balanced view of Russia. Thank you. In South Africa. Yes, I went to Port Elizabeth on one of the trips. And I went to Nelspruit on my other trip. Should your wife be on the trip? It is her wish and her decision, Jen. It's you. She's sitting exactly out of shot when where I'm sitting here. In terms of size, South America, yes. Technopark, yeah, that's the metro. Dream Island, yes. Thank you. Technopark is the metro station, whereas Dream Island, and then there's also the park right there, which is really nice to walk in as well. I've only been to a couple of cities, so I don't really have any favorites. I can't really say I have any favorites. I know prior to COVID, there was a lot. It's difficult to have the documents to stay and live in Russia as a foreigner. It's not difficult if you've got the right documents and the right visas. I've met other Australians living here. Pretty much Australians I've met. Also, some other subscribers. Does the government monitor my live streams? I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe. I don't think so, but thank you for your videos. Have ever been to a billiard pool place in Russia? No, I've not. I know pyramid billiards are very popular. I wish you make a video about billiards. Oh, I've never been to, well, I guess playing pool or snooker. Billiards is like really the classic name for pool or snooker. Let me watch Russell's video. Thank you. No notion. You probably mean Dream Island. Yes, it looks like a castle with some futuristic glass pavilions behind it. I guess its concept is something like Disneyland. Yes, it's probably more like Universal Studios. I've been there, not to the actual park physically, because I'm trying to get tickets for it somehow without paying for the tickets. And the PR people don't seem to answer the phone. They don't answer emails. They don't reply to me. But I've definitely been there and walked in the front part, which is the shopping center area and food court area. And it's crazy. And it's all under a roof. And then the park area, I went to an Indian festival of maybe last year or the year before now. I think it was last summer. They had an Indian festival in the gardens there, which was really cool to have Indian food. Mordovia. Hello. Здравствуйте. Unless it's more Moldova. Thank you. All right, everybody. So we've come to past 2 hours, by the way. I hope everyone's enjoying the live stream. Should we go longer, or we kind of really at the time limit, which is more than my 2 hours? We've got 90 people watching. We've got 271 likes, which is just crazy to see so many likes. And 82% of people want to watch Jen in a live stream. So maybe we'll have to figure out a right time to do it. I want to get Jen on a live stream, and I also want to get Gleb, who's in Kyrgyzstan, on a live stream to talk about him not being in Russia kind of style video. Do you own the unit you are living in now? No, this is a rented place here. We do own a place. If you watch my Russian real estate playlist, you'll see the one video. There's two videos. One where my wife bought an apartment, and one where I showed it getting renovated and we fixed the kitchen. Sorry. You'll see that place, and then this is where we rent here. But we've lived here now in this town for, well, Jen's lived here more than 10 years. Have I been to a Russian banya? I've been to a friend's banya in the town where we live. My wife used to work at Sanduny, which is a very famous bathhouse in Moscow. I've never been there to use the sauna there, but I've been there a few times when they've had open days and they allow the friends and family and public to come. Someday we'll have to visit. Yes. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to wind it up. I think we've had a nice live stream together. I think it's been very good. Thank you for people that did donation alerts. Thank you to people that did the super chats. They're very, very appreciated as part of the live streams. Also, if anyone's done the SberBank, I can't check that because my phone is not working to the internet right now. I switch it off when I do the live streams to allow the Wi-Fi to work faster. So yeah, I can look at that later. Thank you so much. Have a good one, mate. Thank you, Abe. Thank you so much. Morning, mate, from Port Pirie, South Australia. It's 10 p.m. there. Yeah, it's just 3:30 p.m. here. You guys have got that half an hour difference with South Australia, right? You have done nothing wrong, my friend. Just feel. Thank you. I think that's all good. Never ends. Thank you so much. Port Pirie, South Australia. I've never been to South Australia, by the way. The city of churches, I like to call it, right? I'd love to come and visit. I think Adelaide's probably a little bit of a, not much, but a little bit quieter version of Perth. I love Russia. Thank you. Thank you for the nice stream. Thank you, Yulia. That's very nice of you. Legend. Thanks. Excellent. There we go. I've caught up. Have a great day. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you so much. Oh, Grey Wolf. Yeah, thank you for coming. Do not forget to smash the like and subscribe. Yes, as we get closer to 100,000 subscribers. Yes, that's the next goal. We're 3,000 away, I think it is. Yeah, that's the goal of the channel at the moment. It's obviously, I think it's going to be the hardest 3,000 people to find. No matter what content I make at the moment, it's difficult. Hello from Northern Ontario. Hello. Thanks for putting a comment. Rebel Patriot Outdoors. Mozzie, thank you so much. Not just Russians in Australia as well as the cameras which are everywhere in the public globe. Yes. My wife met a lady in Perth. Her husband was in security in Perth, and he installs CCTV cameras. And he was telling me about the facial recognition cameras and how they're not exactly legal in most businesses in Australia to be used in terms of referencing the person's face against who they are. And he said that they're installed in Perth, but they can't be used because he had one set up for his house and everything. And when you come into the cameras kind of field of vision, it picks up, human movement. And he was talking about it for the football stadium in Perth at Optus Stadium, that the cameras all around the stadium can basically pick up the face of someone in a seat and then, not really know who's sitting there, but if they're a member of the football club and so forth and membership and so on, it could be linked back. Yes, there you go. That's a lot more than you need to know, but thank you so much, Mr. Jamo. Grey Wolf, thank you so much. Mary Ellen, thank you for being a channel member, by the way. There is a few members watching today. Just come on behind on videos. We'll catch up. Thanks again for your fine work. Yes, I did not exactly give a long schedule notice. If anyone is in Telegram, look up Traveling with Russell channel on Telegram. I'm very active in the chat on the Telegram chat. If anyone wants to join, we have now 1,100. There we go. We've just jumped 1,181 subscribers in the Telegram channel, where I post lots of photos, things that I'm doing day to day, literally all sorts of things. And then there's a chat related to that, where if you put a comment from a post, you'll be in a chat which has currently got 379 members and 81 who are active. So if anyone's interested in that, you're more than welcome to join that. I know not everyone in the world has Telegram, but it's just something that I use, and it's much easier than having to use VPNs to go through other social medias. So we're building the infamous gas pipeline around there. Crazy fairy tales you got there. There we go. Mordovia. I think your wife is on a live stream. Already. Yeah, she's now relaxing on the sofa, and I'm going to join her for whatever lunch she might have made me in a minute. So, Alex, thank you so much. Thank you to people also who did super chats. That's very nice of you who did that. Thanks, Pete. Thank you. Hello from Texas. Connie, hello. This is my first live chat. Yeah, I'm just ending. We've just passed 2. Normally, my live streams are 2 hours, and normally they're on weekends. Generally, they're a little bit later than this, timing-wise, but this is good midday. Obviously, today is not the nicest weather to go out, so it's a good day to stay home. Nikita, thank you so much. You stay home when it rains. Yes. Yeah, the only thing with me not having a car here, obviously, you've still got to walk to the bus stops and get the trains and so on. Wants to go to Oz for the 100K award, but not to be on the live stream. Yeah, so I said that you want to go to Australia to get my plug. Yeah. I love how your wife wants to go to Oz for the 100K award, but not to be on the live stream. It's true, Mozzie. Yes. Collingwood. Yes. I don't like them either. Sorry. Collingwood supporters. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Tarantula. Have a good weekend. Okay, everybody, I'm going to click off this. Close the box for the donation alerts. And I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for watching the live stream. Thank you again for people that have supported the channel. as we get closer to 100,000 subscribers. I really hope we can time the live stream with the click over of 100,000, and it'll be a nice time of the day to do it, that a few people can join us. I am trying to find other anniversaries of the channel, maybe how many views. Yeah, Frio lost to the Pies. Yeah, I didn't watch the game this morning because I didn't wake up early enough to watch it with the time difference. But yeah, I know they didn't win. So I think I'll just watch the Eagles lose tomorrow and feel bad for both teams then. Yes, thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you on another video. I will be having a Moscovich video coming soon. And then next week, I'll definitely film more videos before I go to St. Petersburg. Between now and Wednesday. I'm not too sure yet what, but I'll figure it out. Oh, the Saints lost as well. Yeah, that's my kind of unofficial third team because of Ross the Boss. I love Ross the Boss. I just love him for how he is and how he talks and interacts and so forth. I hope you like him as a coach as well. You can visit Moscow Zoo, right? I haven't been there either. Thank you. Okay, end broadcast. Bye, everybody. I'll see you in another live stream, and I'm off on another adventure. Bye.